There is no health without mental health. There is no health without mental health. There is no health without mental health. And so say all of us, there is no health without mental health. Good evening, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're watching me all over the world, especially my Nigerian folks. Is Dr. Oluseun Gunobi. As you call me, Dr. Nobi, I'm here again to talk to you about our mental health. This is our regular Friday tonic, Mind Matters with Dr. Nobi. As you prefer to say, Mind Matters with Dr. P. How have we been? How are you? How is everything? How has this week been? How has the week treated us? It's been a long time. But even when you look at it, it appears so short. Last week, Friday, we were here. We discussed, Good to see those who are joining us. Tivos, Shegun, how are you, my friend? Shelma joined. Tell someone to join. Each one should reach one. Mind Matters with Dr. Nobi is here again. I told you I'm going to be consistent. I want you to be consistent as well. Last week we talked about the 5 Ds that you need to understand before you can say somebody is going through emotional illness. I mentioned the 5 Ds to us, and I said we should always remember this. You don't just label someone and say the person has emotional illness. Oh, my brother has joined. Good to see you. Brawley, how are you, sir? Yeah, so tell someone to join. Tell someone to join. Each one should reach one. So today we are talking about signs and symptoms of emotional illness. Signs and symptoms. Many of us, the only thing we know about emotional or mental illness is when somebody is walking naked on the road. When someone is wearing rags, or when someone is eating from gutters or garbages, that is when we really know that, oh, this person is going through emotional illness. Is it possible for someone to be dressed properly, or for someone to, dress properly and speak Queen's English, and yet the person is going through emotional illness? Is it possible? Is it possible for someone to, wake up in the morning, go to his place of work, come back, as long as he's not saying rubbish, can we still say that that person is having good mental health? What is your own take? At what point will you say somebody is having emotional illness? At what point will you say that? At what point will you say, oh, this person is having emotional illness? That is what we want to discuss today. And last week, all we did was to talk about the Ds that are regulating this emotional illness diagnosis. That's it. The person must have a behavior that is distressing, deviating from the normal, you understand, causing dysfunction, and the duration is longer. So, but today we are picking those behaviors one by one. The first behavior is withdrawal. When you see someone that used to be a bubbling person withdrawing, that person is likely going through something. Somebody that suddenly withdraws from people, prefers to be alone. I don't want to hear, but I prefer to be on my own. If that is not how you used to behave before, but all of a sudden You just love to be on your own. Oh, Dr. Nubi, what about if life has shown you? You now decide to say, you know what, I don't even want any friend alone. That is not what we are talking about here. We're talking about you just suddenly losing interest in going out, talking to people, to go to office. In fact, if you go to office, it's just to go and make money. You don't enjoy anything again. You are just going for going sake. Everything, you are tired, to say the least. You prefer to just wake up, go to the toilet, clean yourself. Some don't even clean themselves. Just wrap yourself up in bed. As if that money should just be dropping in your account. You just be hearing account alert. Or what did they say? Transfer alert. You just hate everything around you. You prefer to just be on your own. If that is the situation, then you say that something is wrong. Another thing is, if you begin to lose enjoyment in things you used to enjoy before. English we call it anhedonia, loss of interest, no fun again, lack of interest, or loss of interest, or the joy that you used to derive. Oh, I used to watch football, I used to read newspaper, I used to watch TV, I used to love gisting. But all of a sudden, you just suddenly begin to lose interest in things you used to enjoy before. Something is going on in your mind. Maybe signs of emotional problem. Memory. Before, you can memorize many things. Before, you can remember anniversaries, people's birthdays. Now you don't even know you can't even remember your birthday. Now you don't even remember people's events. Now you have to write things down. Even when you write them down, you still have to, go over it, or someone still has to remind you. They have to remind you before you remember. That is a problem. Something is not right emotionally. Don't forget, we have already said it, that emotional illness is not until you start roaming the streets, tattered clothes, or wearing naked clothes. No. So it is important for you to understand this. When you begin to lose your memory, or you begin to forget things easily, it's time for you to know that something is going on, in your mind. Very important. It's also important for you to understand that, I remember somebody came to me and said, you know what, Dr. Nubi, give me back my God's-given talent, my memory. I can't remember anything again. I see my old schoolmates. I'm beginning to ask the person beside me, who is this person? Who is this person? I forget things on fire. I nearly burnt my house yesterday. She didn't say anything about memory. All she was saying is, she was mentioning things. I knew that she was going through certain things. There is no condition that is called memory. No. But memory loss can be part of a particular emotional illness. And we started only to discover that this person has depression. And one of the symptoms of depression is poor memory. We gave antidepressants, we started doing psychotherapy, and in no time, this is somebody that used to, examine students, someone that used to, assess students' projects. And this person said there are lots of projects on her table that she has not been able to attend to. But when she got well, she was able to attend to some of these projects that she has piled up for a long time. Can you imagine? But some will say, oh, it's the power of the devil. It's the enemy. It's the attack. It's the arrow. They have seen the star of that person. They don't want her to become great. They want to use her job to shame her. All sorts of things. Within few months, this person was able to be restored back to her normal place of health. So it is important for us to know that when people begin to have problems with their memory, something may be going on. Because when your mind is not settled, you can't remember many things. You'll be making so many mistakes. You get to exam hall, you just be looking, even if you have read and read and read. Another thing is poor attention and concentration. Attention is your ability to focus on a particular subject area. Oh, I want to read. Let me take my book and let me read. And you take it and you start reading. That is attention. Ability to distract yourself off everything, and then concentrate is your ability to maintain the focus. So concentration is your ability to maintain the focus. Attention is ability to shift and focus on something. So some people have attention, but they don't have concentration. So they pay attention to a particular book, they are reading, but they are not concentrating because their mind is thinking of many things. So that means they are having attention, but they are not concentrating. Concentration is the maintenance of the focus. Some are able to focus, some are not able to maintain the focus. While some are not even able to focus at all. I is your attention and concentration. It's not enough for a student to pay attention in class. It's also very vital that the student concentrates. Many of our students pay attention. So they're looking at us, they're looking at the board. But they're thinking of their girlfriend, they're thinking of Amala, they're thinking of the pounded yam, they're thinking of the party they are to attend this weekend. They are not concentrating. Many employees will go to work, but the truth is that they are not actually concentrating in the place of work. So output is zero, or some minimal level. They are not operating. But what happens? The boss will look at you and say, oh, well, is present, she's present, not knowing that concentration has disappeared. And that's why, as an EAP expert, employee assistant partner, program expert, we go to organizations and we tell them, you know what? You need EAP experts to be talking to your staff. You need to give them our number so that they can call us and they can tell us their issues. Many of us have staff, maybe 30, 50, 100. Many of us have organizations. We take head counts. We think everybody is there. They are there physically. It's called presentism. They are present. Presentism is just, they are there for being their sake. But they are not concentrating. So output is zero. So what do? We tell organizations that if you mean well for your worker, if you want to be more productive, let them have access to psychotherapists, clinicians like us. Make an agreement with us that over a period of 1 year, we're going to cover your company. If you have 100, 1,000 staff, 500, 200, give them the number codedly. Let them be able to call us. HR does not need to know. Nobody needs to know. Let them discuss with counselors. That is EAP, Employee Assistance Program. I know some organizations in Nigeria are doing that, but not all the organizations. And you are losing as an organization. If you are looking at the money, you don't want to pay for any EAP, you prefer they go to HMO. HMO will only take care of the physical, the hypertension, diabetes, and co. Thank you so much, Cardi. So as much as possible, it is important for you to know that you can actually be in a place of work and you are not concentrating. So any organization that wants maximum productivity, we allow his or her employer to seek for EAP. Employee Assistance Program counselors. I'm an expert in EAP, registered with American International EAP, and we've covered many companies in Nigeria. And I say, if you're a company in Nigeria, you want to contact us, come to my DM, talk to me, we'll send you a proposal, and then we're good to go. If you're listening to me, you want to talk to your company, so say, you know what, I heard about this. Oga, boss, how can we do this? People need it. We covered an organization and we're able to save 12 staff from committing suicide. And when we were to renew that project, I told the company directors, I said, would you have been happy if this year alone you lost 12 staff to suicide? That is how critical EAP is. Because when people are at work, they're not concentrating, they're thinking of their housing, their marital issues and co. You are losing as an organization. So I'm going to still dedicate time where we're going to talk about EAP. But today we're just talking about signs and symptoms of emotional illness. We're going to divide the signs and symptoms into like 2 or 3 parts. There's no way I can mention all the signs and symptoms today. I do not intend to make this more than 15 or 20 minutes maximum. The next thing is when you feel weak or tired, sometimes for no reason, you just feel tired. You just feel weak. It's as if the whole world is on you. You slept very well yesterday, but this week, second day, you're feeling so weak and tired as if you've not even had a single sleep. To move from that place to another, all you complain about is you are tired. This is because there may be emotional illness you are going through. The body feels so tired, all you just want to do is to sleep, eat. You may be going through depression. If you find yourself just sleeping, just eating, sleeping, eating, you need to know. Thank you so much, Brother Gabriel. Thank you so much. Longest time. So it is very important. So it's not a matter of, oh, I must be a man. Let me be a man. Nothing. Only weak men will seek for psychotherapy. No. The way you go to hospitals to have your heart checked, you must also go to the hospital to have your brain checked. Many of us concentrate on physical fitness. What about mental fitness? If I ask you, how many of us concentrate so much on your mental fitness? The way you run around, the way you do exercise, the way you try to keep fit. What about mental exercise? One day we're still going to talk about mental exercise. Maybe after this, I'll just note it. After talking about signs and symptoms of emotional illness, we're going to talk about mental exercise. Because mental fitness is something you do. It is consciously done, deliberately done, and purposely done. You don't just imagine that the way you are taking care of your physical body, your mind should naturally know that it's going to be fine. No! You deliberately take care of your body by knowing the kind of food you need to eat, knowing when to sleep, the water to take, exercise, brief walking, all those things. The cream you use on your skin. So also your emotion, your mind, because you are divided into 3. Your spirit, your soul, which is your mind, and your physical body. It is very important. Gone are the days that psychiatrists, science does not believe in the spiritual world. Now you have religion and psychiatry, spirituality and psychiatry. Now people now know that it is possible. So I want to tell you that those 3 aspects of your life has to be taken care of. Health is not only absence of physical illness, but a state of emotional awareness and spiritual awareness. Now we have conferences that address spirituality and medicine. So if you take care of your physical health alone, oh, I want to keep fit, the kind of food I eat, exercise, all those things. What about your mental health? When last did you make attempt to keep mentally fit? Are you mentally fit? I used to have one t-shirt, maybe I will wear it next week by the grace of God. It shows your brain trying to, carry weight. That weight, they show the brain was trying to carry it. And they're saying, are you mentally fit? I will wear it and display it. And I'm asking you, are you mentally fit? When Dr. Nubi wants to talk, maybe you always say, oh, thank you, my friend. Mowo, how are you? Mowo something. That's my friend calling from Michigan. All right. So as much as possible, it is important for you to understand that it is not only enough to be physically fit, you must be mentally fit. And when you begin to see these symptoms, know that something is going on. Withdrawal to self or keep it to yourself. When you begin to have loss of interest in things you used to enjoy, when you begin to have poor memory, you can't remember things like before. When you begin to have reduced attention and concentration, when you begin to have these feelings, begin to know that, oh, something is not well. When you begin to feel weak, any small thing you are tired, something is going on. Something is not right. Something is not right. And also, when you begin to have reduced appetite or increased appetite, some will begin to crave for sugary things. Some will begin to want to take chocolate. Some will not want to eat at all. It can go either way. Know that there's a problem. Know that there's a problem. You just want to take junks. You want, as you are taking this, you are taking that, you are taking that, you are taking this, you are taking that. Your depression may be on the way. It is very critical. This thing I'm telling you, people pay thousands to get this information. But you are joining me live. I'm posting this thing on my Instagram handle. It's going to help you a lot. This is my own contribution to humanity. And I know that many of us were learning from this, and we're also telling someone. So that if someone beside you is talking about mental illness and is saying, God forbid that I say a psychiatrist, tell them that don't live in the stone age where people believe that psychiatry is only about the person walking on the road naked. Gone are those days. People now come to the hospital, people are admitted, and guess what? They are admitted because they are going through some of this. Number 9 this morning is reduced need for sleep. Some will not be able to sleep. Some will be sleeping excessively. When you are going through depression or anxiety or some of these symptoms and these conditions, you may discover that there's a change in your pattern of sleep. Either you are not able to sleep at all, or you sleep as if you have been beaten to stupor. Any small thing you are dozing off. Any small thing you are dozing off. It is very important. Thank you so much, Happy Sunshine. Thank you for thanking me. And as much as possible, if you notice some of these things happening to you, there's problem. Number 9, maybe I will stop at 10. Number 9 is when you feel unsafe around people, all of a sudden you become suspicious. Before you sit down, you clean your chair. Before you eat, you check. You feel unsafe. A form of paranoia. You are walking on the street, it's as if some people are following you. You feel people are talking about you. People are gathering in the office, they are gisting, their normal gist. All of a sudden, you believe people are just talking about you. You feel unsafe. You begin to talk as if you are, fearful. You that don't believe before that somebody can harm you, that there is one juju somewhere, all of a sudden you believe in juju. All of a sudden you wake up in the middle of the night. Somehow you just feel unsafe. That may be signs of emotional problem. And when it's not causing distress for a particular duration, causing dysfunction and disability, it is now something that we need to worry about. And the 10th thing this morning is when you suddenly become panicky. You are feeling anxious. You feel as if something awful is about to happen to you. It's as if your breath is seizing at times. Your thoughts are racing. These are the things you need to know that, all may not be well with me emotionally. There are many signs and symptoms of emotional illness. I have more than 40 that I've written down. We're going to divide them into, different segments. But today, I think those 10 symptoms, I hope you will not forget them. I'll go over them again. Withdrawal to self, when you're keeping to yourself, lack of enjoyment in things you used to enjoy before, poor memory, poor attention and concentration. You used to concentrate before, you used to remember many things before, but all of a sudden, you just, my brain, I just can't remember. Then when you begin to feel weak, tired, as if the whole world is on you, that may be a sign that something is wrong. When we have reduced appetite or increased appetite, you're just eating everything, junks, sugary things, that may be a problem. Sleep, when your sleep is either increasing, anything you are sleeping, you can sleep from tomorrow. From 6 in the evening, you can sleep till the next 6 in the evening. You go to the toilet to pee, you come back again, something may be going on. Some say they sleep away their sorrow. That may be a sign that something is not right with you. When you become unduly suspicious, When you become unduly suspicious that, oh, all is not well, I'm not safe, this and that, that may be sign that something is going on with you. When you feel unsafe around yourself, and you feel panicky, when you feel panicky, someone says sleep is sweet. Yes, but when it becomes excessive to the extent that it's now becoming dysfunctional, you're supposed to do your assignment, you're supposed to read for your exam or your incoming test, you are not doing that. All you do is sleep and sleep and sleep. You're supposed to do something in your place of work, you're supposed to, you're not meeting your targets. All you do is sleep. Then there's problem. Sleep is very good. We are still going to talk about essentials of sleep, importance of sleep. I'm still going to take some of these things one by one. Don't forget, I'm with you. By God's grace, as long as I breathe, I will do this every Friday, 6 o'clock. Maho, how are you? Hi, Saskatoon. Good joining me. Thank you for joining me today at the Sunshine. Maho, Dr. Money. Thank you for joining me, Benson Robinson. Thank you, everyone. Gabriel, to Nashville. As many that are not able to join, I'm going to post this on my Instagram page. I'm also going to share the link on my broadcast list. You can always watch anytime. Don't forget, there is no health without mental health. I just want one or two people to say bye-bye to me today as we thank you so much, Dr. T. Just say hello, just say bye-bye so that we can round it up. There's no health without mental health. Keep your mental health intact. Make up your mind. Be conscious about it. Be deliberate about it. Be purposeful about it. Be intentional about it, that as I take care of my physical health, I must also take care of my mental health. There's no shame in seeking for mental help. There's no shame in asking for help. As a matter of fact, it is pride that makes one to say, I can never go to the counselor. I can never go to a therapist. It is because ability to know that you need help and seeking for that help is the hallmark of a great man or woman. Till I see you again next week, this is Dr. Oluseun Peter Ogunubi on My Matters with Dr. Onubi saying bye-bye. All right. Thank you, Dela. Thank you, Dr. Shea. Bye. Thank you, Dr. Gabriel. Thank you. Bye-bye.